Hi guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to make this 3D candy cane, and you can make it as a charm or an ornament. You just need to add a single chain and make this string longer to hang on your tree or as decorations around your house. You're going to need a total of 56 bands to make the candy cane. You can make it whatever color you want. We will be making it using 4 pegs, so you can make it on any loom in any configurations, even the monster tail or the finger loom. You'll also need a pipe cleaner, and I used about 4 inches long to make this candy cane, and you can make it however long you want. So let's get started. Let's start with a single band, and I'm using white, and we're going to cover the 4 pegs like that. Now we're going to pull the loop off of each of the peg one at a time, put it on the inside of our loom, and loop it around that peg. So that's what it should look like. Let's repeat for the other 3. Same thing, we're going to pull a loop off very carefully, bring it to the inside of our loom, and twist it around. So that's what yours should look like. Let's repeat for the other 2, taking it off, bringing it on the inside, and then twisting it around that peg like we're tying it. And repeat for the last one, same thing. We're bringing it on the inside and twisting it. Do whatever is comfortable with you as long as you get this result with the diamond in the center of our loom. And push it down. With 2 single bands, we're going to loop it around our 4 pegs. So that's what yours should look like. And we're going to loop the bottom single up and over to the center, always reaching from the outside, looping in for all 4 pegs. And we want to make sure that we have 2 loops left per peg for all 4 pegs. Push it down, and we're going to continue with 2 single bands for the rest of our pattern, and looping it on all 4 pegs and pulling the bottom 2 bands up and over to the center, leaving 2 loops left per peg. Push it down, and I'm making the traditional candy cane color, which is red and white. So my next band will be red, looping it on all 4 pegs, and remember we're using 2 bands at a time. And then looping the bottom 2 bands up and over, leaving 2 loops left per peg, and we're going to repeat this pattern over and over again, always adding 2 single bands. I'm doing 2 whites and 1 red, and then looping the bottom 2 bands up and over, leaving 2 loops left per peg. Another white, so I'm going to repeat this pattern. You can repeat whatever color you're using, and we're going to get a little bit of length on our candy cane, and then we're going to put in our pipe cleaner inside as we go along, and we don't want to pull it before we add our pipe cleaner, otherwise it cinches and we won't be able to slide in our pipe cleaner. So I'm going to continue for a little bit, repeating the same pattern, adding 2 bands at a time to cover our 4 pegs, and then looping the bottom 2 bands up and over to the center, leaving 2 loops left per peg. So I've used 3 reds so far, and it's getting pretty long. I'm going to go ahead and put my pipe cleaner in the inside of my candy cane. You can see through the bottom it's kind of poking out. And if you don't have a loom that has a bottom, then you want to go ahead and push it through the side. Kind of maneuver it and pull the loop to the side like that and push it down as you go along, or pull it down as you go along. So my next set are my 2 reds, so I want to put it around the pipe cleaner and then looping it once again on all 4 pegs and looping the bottom 2 bands up and over to the center, leaving 2 loops left per peg. And at any point you can change up the pattern of your candy cane. Just make sure to put your bands around your pipe cleaner and then looping it around the 4 pegs and pulling the bottom 2 bands up and over, leaving 2 loops left per peg. And I'm going to continue until I reach the bottom of my pipe cleaner. And you can now pull this side of our candy cane so you can kind of see what it's starting to look like, and just continue our pattern. I'm towards the end of my candy cane. I'm going to put a few more rows so my tip of my pipe cleaner doesn't stick out, and you can always cut it if yours isn't long enough, your bands to cover the pipe cleaner. So I'm going to stop on that last row, and to cinch it off I'm taking a single band. We're going to cover our 4 pegs, then looping the bottom 2 bands up and over to the center, and you should have 1 loop left per peg. And we're going to get all 4 loops onto our hook off of the 4 pegs. And since my last band is red, I'm going to use red to tie a slip knot, just pulling all the loops off of the hook and onto that single red band to tie a slip knot. And we're going to very carefully tuck it inside our candy cane. You want to turn your hook towards the inside so it doesn't get stuck. So there's our candy cane so far, and if you have some pipe cleaners sticking out on the ends, just go ahead and pull it up a little to hide it, and it shouldn't hide it well on the ends. And we're going to bend it down to give it the candy cane look we want. And if you want it to be a charm to hang for your Christmas tree or from your bag, backpack, whatever you want, just take a couple loop on your hook and just tie a slip knot. And you can even make a single chain so it's much longer to attach to your candy cane like that, to hang it as an ornament from your Christmas tree. I hope you like it. Thanks for watching.